Hey Wolfpack. Mwah. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys some of the products I use here. And basically what I'm going to do is go through my painting video and tell you what's going through my mind, my techniques, how I do certain things, my craft, my forms, the way I do my paintings. I'm, disclaimer, I'm not a professional. I'm not any of that. These are just my tips and tricks. Okay, so when I paint, I like to draw out what I'm going to paint first, and I will do a video where I do the drawing and then paint versus showing you how I just drew it. But right now I'm just doing the outline of my video. Oh my goodness, outline of the painting. I really like to outline the whole painting. The reason I did not outline the other side of the face is because I knew that the hair was going to overlap it, as you're seeing right now. So there would be no point in doing a black outline just to paint over it. It's just a waste of paint. It would be hard to paint over the black outline. When you're doing a black outline, the way I like to do it is I try to make it as thin as possible, because you will be going over your outline at least 3 to 4 times. You'll be doing touch-ups. So there's no reason to make it really thick, because then it'll just mess it up. With the hair, I did at least, I think it was 3 or 4 different shades of brown, and obviously like a yellow color. The lips, or it has white, pink, and orange, and I mixed it all together, trying to use mostly the white in there mixed with the pink. When I do my eyebrows, I always try to make sure the eyebrows match the hair. With my water cup, I do change my water cup maybe 3 or 5 times throughout the process of a painting. Right now, with the hair texture, I made sure that it had texture to it by leaving not chunks, but a good amount of paint on the actual painting, so it would have texture to it, so you could see it. The way I moved the brush and twirled it around, so you could see that the hair was, because hair is like, well, I tried to make it look like it was curly, like different parts were going in different sections, intertwining and, mangling with different parts of the hair. So that's why I was moving the brush the way I did with the hair. So it would have texture to it, and not only texture, but you could see different patterns and twirls in the hair. Now, when I do skin, like, painting complexions, painting the skin, I don't want to see different patterns in it. I have done paintings, and I did a painting where you could see different shades of brown in a painting and there was texture to it. But in this painting, I really just wanted to focus on a solid base paint. So I really didn't want any texture in it. I kind of messed up by slobbing some on the neck and slobbing some throughout the face. I should have worked very carefully, starting in one section, moving accordingly to the next section all throughout the painting. I shouldn't have randomly, sporadically went through the painting. But that's what I do in almost every painting. I get bored of painting in one section, so I go to another section, wait for that section to dry. Sometimes if it's a big enough painting, I will use a hair dryer, but I did not use a hair dryer in this one. With the background, sometimes I will mix it on the, I don't know what you call it, the little circle thing that holds the paint. Sometimes I will mix the paint in there like I did with the skin and like I did with the hair. But for the backgrounds, every time I do a background on a painting, I normally just do it on the painting. It's very rare that I'll mix it on something, because I like to watch, like how the colors blending right now with the yellow is turning into an orange because it's mixing with the pink. I'll very rarely mix it on something. I want to see it mix on the canvas. Oh, although the canvas is white, I do paint the whites inside of eyes when I'm painting eyes on the canvas, because if you notice on a lot of canvases, especially if you do a pencil outline, when you push your finger down or move your finger or scrape it, you see smudging. So it's very important to me to make sure it looks as white as possible when it comes to the eyes on the canvas. I use this little brush so much. I need to buy new paint brushes. I literally use this little brush so much. So much. I could have done a better job blending when it came to the background on the painting. I tried to mix it up because on a lot of paintings, it's always blues and purples, grays, blacks, maybe hints of white. It's very rare that I would use such bright colors, but because the painting in itself is already kind of like a mysterious, third eye type of thing, I didn't want to go ahead and do the usual skulls and snakes and roses and dark black backgrounds with, the blues and everything. I tried to mix it up and make a painting that's a little, mysterious and dark already. Not dark, but, tried to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, so right here, I messed up because I actually ran. When it comes to skin complexion, it's better to have more than less. It's always better to have more than what you need than less than what you need. Because as you can see on the painting, there are white spots on the painting, what looked to be maybe like lighter spots on the painting, because I had ran out of the skin. Because like I said, I mixed white paint with a sienna medium toned brown, and when you mix paint, it forms a color. And so when I went to mix paint again, I obviously didn't have the same ratio of either the brown or the white, so it came out a different color. So when you're going for, if you want the hair color or the skin color to be the exact same color, then when you go to mix it, you have to make sure you have enough to do the whole project or the whole section you're working on. Because obviously I messed up, so then I didn't have enough, so I had to go back and make more, and obviously the ratio was off somewhere. Like I was saying earlier in the beginning of the video with the black lines right here, it doesn't matter. Some people don't even do a black outline when they're doing their paintings. I like to do a black outline. Like they don't do it until it's the final product. I like to do a black outline because I feel like it makes my lines, like I know where I'm at. I feel like if I didn't have a black line, it would be sloppy and I wouldn't know what I was doing. But that's not me criticizing people who don't do a black line until they're at the end of their project. That's just how I work. Like I was saying, I already said, what I like to do is I go through and I do the black line touch up at least, I do the black line, the outline, the black outline, and then I go through and do it again midway through the painting, and I always end doing a black outline. So I'm going to do it at least 3 times. That's why the first 2 times I try to make it as thin as possible, even though the third time isn't really doing an outline, it's more of doing touch-ups. So now this is the part of the painting where I always do some dumb shit. Basically, my painting is done. And like I said, you want to change your water cup. Like I changed my water cup. This is like why you see the video skip a little bit, because I went and changed my water cup at least 3 times or maybe 2 times, depending on how similar the colors are and how much water's in the cup. Got the hiccups. So you want to change your water cup as much as possible, because not as much as possible. Make sure the water is clean, because it really can mess with your colors and ruin it. Like I said, like I was saying, this is the part of the painting. This is the part where I always do some dumb shit. So the painting's basically finished and everything I had in my head is done. But for some reason, whenever I'm getting to the end of a painting, and normally sometimes I'll sketch out the painting on a piece of paper even. I don't know why, but I always feel like something's missing. Even though I've thought all this out, I got everything done, I think it's cool. This is the part where I just start adding dumb shit. Like literally shit that doesn't make sense. Sometimes I'll add shit and it makes the whole painting pop. It's like, oh my god, this is great. This is what it was missing. Da, da, da. Other times I'll go to add something and I'll fuck up the whole painting. Even if it's something little, even if it's something small, minute, I'll go to add something and it literally ruins the whole damn painting. I should have left it out. And obviously, it's always something. See right here. I thought I was done and then boom. Literally, you guys don't know how long this took. When I was showing you guys it before I drew the tears in the heart, I literally held it up to the camera for maybe 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes at most, debating what to add, and then I just added that randomly. I really like how I added that. I think it looks great. Right now you can see I'm debating adding something else. I'm glad I didn't add it, but this is the painting. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like me trying to narrate what I was doing and my tips and tricks. Thank you so much.